Hi, welcome to Technology TV. This is my second video in my video series which I am explaining about how to be a better programmer, a good programmer. So in this video I am basically focusing on software professionals and basically anyone else that you want to be a better software engineer, better programmer, and how they can really achieve it. Right, let's get into the points directly. First point, follow the best ways of programming. You know that a program can be done in two ways. First way is just do something and it really works. Second way is make the program in an industry standard in a best way using best practices. The importance is that these best practices are not just a word or something that came out yesterday. These things are well known, well identified mechanisms which is created to suit several things. It can be the scalability of the application. It can be the easiness of programming, or else it can even be a way of reducing the errors and issues that you will get in your program. So make sure that you are following the best practices instead of just making out something and making it work. If you are doing that, then this is the time for you to have a change. So how can you find out the best way of programming? Best way of doing whatever that you are doing right now? There are mainly few ways. So one way is that going to these seminars, trainings, etc. organized by different organizations and different professionals to give the industry a better understanding about the best practices that they have and you should follow. The other way is you can find them out by yourself. You know that if you post out a code on Stack Overflow and if you ask, okay, this is my code, then advise me about the best practices of implementing this, the possibilities are that there are a lot of well-experienced, extremely experienced people out there and they will come and help you out. So, whatever you do, make sure that you are following the best practice, because someday it will really make sure that you are protected. If you want to scale your application, then you are secure. If you want to reduce the bugs in your application, it's done. If you want to make sure that your application is connectable to multiple devices, or your API is connectable to multiple devices, and if you have followed the best practices, it will make things really easy. So don't wait. Go and learn the best practices. Make sure that you are doing things in the correct way and make it happen. Second point, you have to know that you don't know everything, right? Nobody does. So understanding that you don't know everything will make sure that you are a knowledge hunter. Also, it will make sure that you are ready to learn whatever you have to learn from anyone, even from a junior. If you are a senior software engineer and if you have some knowledge that you have to learn from your junior engineers, please go for it. Because at the end of the day, as an experienced person, you will be able to gain the knowledge and even improve it very fast. Because whenever you are experienced on an industry, it's pretty easy for you to pick up the knowledge, the first few lines maybe, and you can build up the rest very fast by simply implementing. So make sure that you have the understanding that you do not know everything, and always there will be someone better than you who can implement it better. So don't think twice to get the advice or the help from these people if you really have to. It will only improve yourself, and it will make sure whatever you are doing is up to the best quality as well. Third point, be practical. You know, in college and university and other educational resources, we learn a lot of theories. But when it comes to the industry, we have to balance the practical way and the theoretical way. So, make sure that you are not just a theory baby, that you follow the theory as it is. Be more practical. You have to understand that 5 plus 1 is 6. Also, 3 plus 3 also 6. Right? So there can be different ways, but correct ways. Different but correct ways of doing the same. So be practical on what you are doing. Do not always go for the theory and don't say like, okay, this is what the theory says and this practical way it doesn't fit. And if your requirement, if the client is requiring you to do something and if your theory really doesn't support it, then you have to find a way. Then when you are finding a way, then you might be you might have to be really practical on what you are doing. You might have to find some better alternates, or you might have to find some better ways of doing it. So please go for it. Be practical on what you are doing. Do not depend completely on theories. Sometimes things has to be changed, right? So go and make the difference and improve yourself by being more practical every day. Fourth point, do not reinvent the wheel. You know that reinventing the wheel is a statement that you might probably have heard a couple of times in your career and in many other occasions that you will have faced. So it really has a meaning. You know that reinventing wheel means that you are doing something, you are trying to figure out how to do something which is already done by someone else. So actually it is way better if you can apply the non-reinventing wheel pattern into applications. For an example, if you want to do something really crazy, okay, not crazy, let's take, if you want to do something, some kind of date time operation in your application, and the date time operation is too complex that you cannot handle just by using the library that provided by your language, and you have to do some additional research, additional coding, and additional way of finding out how to do it in a correct manner, considering time zones and all, then of course that's a time consuming task. And if you decide to reinvent the wheel, it can be some kind of very much disastrous, because it will firstly waste your time, it will waste your client's time, and at last it might even waste your client's money. But if you decide to go for a library which has this capacity and which has already done this thing inside a method, then please do it. Because it's just an implementation, few lines of implementation and your work is done, everything is pretty fast and you are good. You have done it in a manner that which is agreed by many thousand professionals. So do not reinvent the wheel, use the libraries, use whatever the other libraries that is available for you to do your task more easily, in a more powerful manner, and make sure that you are solving the actual problem. Don't reinvent the wheel. Fifth point, make sure that you are familiar with working on multiple operating systems, at least 2. The reason is that whenever you have to expand your application, whenever you have to scale your application, you might have to shift from operating system to another. For an example, if you are building up a server-based application, then the chances might be that your application servers might reside on Linux. Application servers might reside on Linux. And if you know how to work only on Windows, then that can be a risk for you, because you do not know how to run your server on a Linux platform, on a Linux cloud platform. So instead of getting into this position, it's better if you can learn the basics of at least on 2 operating systems plus their command lines. Because whenever it comes to these cloud platforms and all, the command line is the tool which is being used in most cases. So be familiar with it. It's not going to be that hard, and of course you don't have to be an expert on both of the platforms. You can have the expertise on one platform and you can have some knowledge, some good knowledge on the other platform. And it will really help you out whenever you are building up an application, and of course it will help you out whenever you give your CV to an interview board, because they see that you can work on multiple platforms, and that's really great. So do not depend on just one platform, go for multiple, at least 2. Alright, so thank you very much for watching my video. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. I will be making a third part of the video with more information about how you can become a good and a better programmer. See you on next video.